All right, welcome back to the channel. So Al Haymon making a move on Terence Crawford as of today, as purse bids will be going on between an Al Haymon fighter named Sebastian Fundora and Terence Crawford. But strangely, Terence Crawford is not responding to Al Haymon reaching out to him, or not Sergey Lipinets, or Samson Leskovich, the promoter for Fundora, reaching out to him. Let's talk about what that means in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, Terence Crawford did a lot of positioning to get in a shot at the WBO title that is held by Sebastian Fundora. The WBO ordered a fight between Sebastian Fundora and Terence Crawford and gave them 30 days to negotiate a deal. Well, as of today, September 30th, that 30-day window is up. So if they do not come up with a deal today, then they go to purse bid. And Samson Leskovich has already said that he is ready to go and win that purse bid. So Terence Crawford has to be involved in a purse bid. And if he does not get involved in a purse bid, then his WBO status as a mandatory for Sebastian Fundora goes away. My prediction is that it will go away, because I do not believe Terence Crawford was ever really serious about fighting Sebastian Fundora, nor do I really think that he is really serious about campaigning at 154 pounds, like he was not really going to compete anymore at 147 pounds. So after today, if it goes to purse bid and they win that purse bid, because more than likely Samson Leskovich and Al Haymon will win that purse bid. Now, for the people that come out and say, well, Turki Al-Sheikh can win that purse bid. No, Turki Al-Sheikh cannot win that purse bid, because Turki Al-Sheikh cannot bid himself on the fight. And why can't he bid on that fight at the purse bid? Because he is not a registered promoter in the state. He's not a registered promoter. That's why he cannot bid on that particular fight. Now, also, please remember that there's been other purse bids that have been lost recently by Eddie Hearn, who was the person that I would think would be the one bidding on that fight, Eddie Hearn. For the Terence Crawford fight with Sebastian Fundora. Eddie Hearn is probably going to lose in a purse bid to Samson Leskovich. So what is most likely going to happen? What's mostly going to happen is that Terence Crawford is not going to fight Sebastian Fundora. I also believe that Terence Crawford will probably not defend his WBA title at 154 pounds. So Terence Crawford might as well just get on out the way and let everybody else fight at 154 to get their belts. I really do want, though, for Terence Crawford to get what Terence Crawford apparently wants, which is a fight with Canelo Alvarez. I am 100% in favor of a fight between he and Canelo Alvarez, and I hope that he gets it. And I hope that he gets it next, and I hope he gets it soon. There are people that talk about the necessity for Terence Crawford, for Canelo Alvarez to fight David Benavidez. Of course, I would love to see that fight with David Benavidez, but as I told you, I am not going to be standing in the way of fights getting made. And I mean that. Like a lot of the conversations we have around Gervonta Davis is who he shouldn't be fighting. Most of the conversations we have around Canelo is who he shouldn't be fighting, right? I don't want to see the fight unless it's this particular guy. Now, with Canelo, it doesn't wind up resulting in about a bunch of inactivity. But for other fighters, Errol Spence specifically, it results in a lot of inactivity. And I'm just not a fan of that. So if Terence Crawford wants to go ahead and go to 168 and fight Canelo, I'm 100% for it. But I don't want him to hold up the 154-pound division. If Errol Spence and Fundora are going to fight for a unification fight, well, it's not a unification fight. The belts are already unified by Fundora, the WBC and the WBO. Just let those guys fight. Let them fight. Let it get over with. And then hopefully, the WBO won't start jumping in there being funny about that and trying to prevent people from holding on to that belt and unifying that division and keeping that division unified, because that's not what the WBO was interested in when Jermell had unified the division. They as soon as Jermell said that he wanted to fight Canelo, they immediately set things in motion to strip him. Also set things in motion to strip Tim Tszyu and set things in motion to strip Sebastian Fundora. All for trying to fight and unify other belts or fight with other champions and not give Terence Crawford that shot. But now that Terence doesn't seem to want it, I hope the WBO stands down and lets all of these guys go fight. But as you know, the WBO pretty much focuses on, at least it seems, like their champions being part of the stable of either Bob Arum or Frank Warren. At the end of the day, though, let's see these fights. Terence, though, not to have negotiated at all for a fight with Sebastian Fundora, he's not being real about fighting at 154 pounds. So let's just keep it pushing. What can happen, though, is the return of Jermell Charlo. That's what I'm hoping to see at 154, because I think that fight with some Fundora or Spence and all those guys really can mix it up. And I think that they could probably mix it up, and it'll be mixing it up for a couple years. Just all around good stuff, man. But I like this, that Samson Leskovich is aggressively seeking the Terence Crawford fight. And when he was asked about the Errol Spence fight, Sebastian Fundora, Sergey Lipinets, the promoter of Sebastian Fundora, said he didn't even want to talk about it. They felt like they were in a good position to beat Terence Crawford, and that Terence Crawford is not his head is getting too big. He's not fighting enough, and that they really believe Sebastian Fundora can beat him. I think that it would be an interesting and wild fight to see those guys fight. But if Terence Crawford don't actually take the fight and he stays at 154, then you're going to start hearing an entirely different type of conversation about whether or not Terence Crawford ducks Sebastian Fundora. So all in all, it's just going to be a lot of fun, man. And it is, the best thing about it, though, is that these fights are going to take place. You know for sure if Sebastian Fundora ain't going to be sitting around for the next year and a half if he can avoid it. He's going to get in with Errol or get in there with Terence, and then he's going to get in there quick with somebody else. And we don't have to have what we had in the welterweight division where we sat around and waited for years to have fights. Hopefully that will not be the case. And if Bud just goes ahead and fights Canelo, that will be, a major way to make sure that we get that done. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. If you want to see Terence Crawford fight Sebastian Fundora, if you think that these guys have been, that he was just, posturing and positioning himself to, have different options, but his heart is not really, really in it. Do you think Terence Crawford is going to fight again? Do you think he's going to get the Canelo Alvarez fight? I'd be interested for you guys to know. So to know what you guys think. So please leave the comment in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.